Hey there guys, Making Me Cheer back at it again with another video for you guys today. This is my first video of 2020. As a matter of fact, and tomorrow's actually my birthday, so uh, it's about to be my birthday. But what I'm here to talk about today is going to be a video about Jiren versus BROLY. Okay, so I know a lot of people, think BROLY is stronger than Jiren and stuff because he's the villain or a supposed villain after Jiren in the Tournament of Power. The thing is that he is not stronger than Jiren, and I heard a couple of people say like, "Oh, did you hear Goku at the end of the movie? He said he might be stronger than Beerus." And I was like, "Okay, Goku never even fought Beerus at his full power." Dude, that's one thing. Second thing is, Beerus has never shown his true power, and just because it's like Jiren's probably not even stronger than Beerus at this point, because he's only stronger than his god of destruction. They never say he was stronger than all of the gods of destruction, or he's the strongest out of all of them. He's the strongest mortal, but he's not the strongest of gods of destructions and stuff. That's not how that works. His Vermouth could be like the weakest god of destruction for all we know. So it's just like with people like Citra was like the weakest one because his destruction power, his Sakai power, didn't destroy Frieza when the dog dude hit him with it. It's like that's not how that works. He had to put a certain amount of energy into it. That's why Topos was different than the little bit of energy that he gave to the dog ninja guy. So I'm back on the point with Jiren versus Broly. Okay, people are like, oh well, Jiren could probably beat him. I hear a lot of this. Jiren could probably beat him if he beats him really quick. Like he doesn't toy around with him. He doesn't let him get any stronger. And Broly, does pretty much keep improving himself up to Jiren's level. And I was like, maybe, but I doubt that's going to happen. He's going to hit a cap. I mean, we don't know for a fact that Broly actually has unlimited power. We don't know that. We can assume that, but we don't know that that's how that works. It's just like, take Hit for example. Hit went against not Broly. He went against Jiren, and he basically has the same ability that Broly has. Do he not? In the anime, in the manga, they didn't actually do that whole improve thing. He didn't have that in the manga. I don't remember it if it is, but in the anime, he had this ability called improve. So basically, he can improve his power up to an opponent so he can catch up to them really quickly without having to train and stuff. He can just improve up to their level. And pretty much there's a statement in there, and he was like, oh, his power is too, like, basically I'm paraphrasing, but it's not verbatim, but he was basically like, he's too strong, I can't improve up to his level. Like, I'm improving, but I'm not getting up to his level. So the thing is that I feel like Broly would have that same problem, whereas he wouldn't be able to catch up to Jiren in that amount of time. He wouldn't be able to catch up to Jiren in that amount of time. Jiren probably wouldn't play with him enough to do that, especially if it was like not a tournament of power sort of situation. It was just like he was out in the open. He probably could just wipe the floor with Broly, more than likely. What's another thing? I heard a lot of people say like, oh, because Gogeta Blue is stronger than Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren. And I was like, no, I don't know where people are getting this idea from. I remember one guy told me on a chat or whatever. He was like, basically he was saying that Goku and Vegeta are now at the same level as they were at the very end of the Tournament of Power. Like basically when he had the Evolution Blue and Goku had Ultra Instinct, they're now stronger than that portion, and also they're like basically stronger than Jiren at this point. And I was like, no, it's not how it works. Like the Ultra Instinct in Jiren was actually at such a level that there's a huge gap. That's why Goku couldn't touch him until he went to the Mastered Ultra Instinct form, because there was a huge gap between him and Jiren, and he basically caught up by going to Ultra Instinct, but he can't do it anymore. That's even in the manga, he's not as strong. He's stronger than he was at the beginning of the Tournament of Power, and probably now than he was at the end of the Tournament of Power. But he's not Jiren level power. Broly's not that power. And honestly, if you really look at it, I went back and I looked at the movie the other day, And if you look at the beginning of the movie, right, when King Vegeta scans Broly when he was a baby in the pod, Broly power level was like going off the charts. It was like malfunctioning or whatever because there was so much power. And then when they looked at it again, it was really low. But it was like he has this fluctuating thing with his power where it goes up and down, but he has a lot of potential. And the thing is, I mean, to me, I think that power that like he got in the movie, like when he got up to that power, maybe he could probably go Super Saiyan or something like that. Maybe if he trained or something like that. But I don't believe that he is as strong as he was in that movie. Like we could see that amount of power in the movie, but next time we see him, he might not be that strong because his power fluctuates. He haven't trained to master that power. It's just like with Gohan. Gohan would like he would get enraged and he would pretty much get to a high level of power because of his rage. But then as soon as he calmed down, it's right back down that level. He couldn't get that. He couldn't get back to that point of power until he trained again, or he not again, but if he actually trained to master and hone that power. And I don't think Broly is doing that. I mean, especially if he's doing it by himself. We haven't seen Goku go back there and do it. I mean, they could say Goku was going back there every now and then and training with him, but I mean, I don't think that he's done that yet. I don't think we gotten that far to where Goku is actually training with Broly. But yeah, I mean, Jiren. When it comes down to Jiren is probably he's one of those guys that's always going to be training, and he was already extremely strong, and I would say that Jiren actually does still have the power. He like that limit breaking power. I would say that he still has that power, even after the tournament of power. I'm not just saying that because I love Jiren. I love Jiren, but I'm not just saying that because of that. I'm saying that because Jiren actually know how to handle his power. He actually have trained to obtain the amount of power that he had, and just doing that, he probably can do it at any time now, or he's training to at least unlock that power at will. So, I mean, and honestly, he probably never even knew about Ultra Instinct, so now he might be trained to actually obtain that power. And if they went against each other right now, like you say, after Tournament of Power, because that's when Broly take place, you bring Jiren in. I would say Jiren would wipe the floor with him. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about Dragon Ball Heroes and stuff, and Dragon Ball Heroes not canon, for one. And that storyline is all kind of messed up. I mean, it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong, I watch it, but it's not what you would base anything off of. I mean, we've seen characters come in and wipe the floor with one character, and then that same character will come in and then beat the crap out of the other character. So Dragon Ball Heroes is just all over the place when it comes to it. It's all fan service. It's all for what the fans want and what they want to see. So that's all it is. So I mean, yeah, but Broly versus Jiren, in my book, Jiren is taking the book every time. He's taking the W, Broly's taking the L, and that's it, man. I mean, there's nothing really you can say about this that really you can argue about this, because I mean, Jiren actually knows how to fight. Broly doesn't. His first fights were with Goku and Vegeta, and he trained with his dad, which is a whole different story, because I don't understand how they're both Saiyans. They're both full-blooded Saiyans. I understand Broly has this super high potential, and I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about the fact that he was weak and his dad was weak. Now that's the thing that bothers me, is that they were so freaking weak at the beginning of those movies. It didn't, to me, it just didn't make sense. He was a general in the Saiyan army. I don't know why or colonel or whatever he was. He was some kind of high-ranking military person inside the Saiyan army. It just didn't make sense to me why he was so weak. It just didn't make sense. Especially if he was training him. He was like, I want to get revenge on King Vegeta and stuff. I don't care about the Saiyans. I'm gonna get my revenge on King Vegeta. Shouldn't he have been training to get stronger? I mean, they were training obviously, but why was he so weak? I mean, I would have been okay if it would have been like, oh yeah, he was at power level 15,000 for Paragus, not even Broly, but Paragus. If he was like at power level 15,000, that was like unheard of for a Saiyan at that point. From his memory, 15,000. That's like, oh my god. Like at the beginning of the movie, they had just two snipers inside the towers, or they had a couple of snipers in towers, and Frieza was showing the power level and stuff, and he was like, oh, you know, they got some pretty strong Saiyans over there. Their parallel was only like 2,000. I mean, Radish was still weaker than those guys, right? And that's a whole nother thing. I don't know how the fuck Radish ended up with Vegeta, of all people, that was, you know, a prodigy and everything, and Radish was weak, so I don't know how he ended up with them. But that's besides the point. The point is that why was Paragus so weak? Why was Broly that weak as well? I mean, I would assume that he would have got stronger. He would have been strong enough to handle all this stuff, but he wasn't. And to me, I mean, Broly's powers is all tied to his man biology. You know, that's what I think anyway. But no, but yeah, Broly's not winning this fight. You can argue with me in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Broly definitely is not winning, if you ask me. But like I said, let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video if you did enjoy anything I said today, or you agree with me. If you disagree, dislike it, whatever it is. Remember, tomorrow's my birthday, so hit the subscribe button for an early birthday gift to me. This is a quick video just to get it out there. First video of 2020. I'll be back again. I will see you guys later. I'm out.